where the wild things are. Where the wild things are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind. And another. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That night in Max's room, a forest grew. Can a forest grow in your room? He's using his imagination. And the forest grew. And it grew until the ceiling hung with vines, and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And he came to the place to where the wild things are, and they roared their terrible roars, and gashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with a magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. Miss Susie has played this game with you before. It's can you go without blinking your eyes? Oh, I already lost. Sorry. And made him the king of all the wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus begin." And it went on and on and on. "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max the king of all wild things, was lonely, and he wanted to be around someone who loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled something good to eat. And he gave up being the king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. And the wild things roared their terrible roars, and gashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found supper was waiting for him. And it was still hot. The end.